Let's see, is intermittent fasting good for your overall health? How can I fast and still get my 2 servings of step 1 in every day? Can I eat 2 servings at once? Great question. I'm asked about intermittent fasting a lot by my patients. I actually see quite a few patients that are practicing intermittent fasting. The most common schedule that people talk to me about is the 16-8 schedule. So that means they're not eating for 16 hours of the day and eating for 8. Typically that means skipping breakfast, so they'll do lunch, dinner, and that'll be it. But there's different fasting schedules, right? Sometimes people will not eat for a day or not eat for a couple of days. So it's variable. The data on intermittent fasting, I think, is emerging. This is not something that has been extensively studied, so I can't, tell you that this is the best, schedule, that this is how you should do it. But it kind of makes sense that there should be a health promoting or health reason to practice this. First of all, every major religion advocates a period of fasting, which is interesting, right? So there's something culturally and spiritually tied into this. Our ancestors knew things that we tend to have discarded, and they were actually pretty wise. But if you look at animals and how animals eat, they're not snacking and eating all day long. They sort of, it's feast and famine, right? So they naturally have periods of fasting, which likely, help support health. I mean, we're created to live in balance with the earth and the environment, and we can see other species practicing this. Maybe it's good for us. So there's some theoretical reasons why this would make sense. So I don't discourage people from fasting intermittently. It has to work for you, and then we also have to make sure that during the time that you're not fasting, that you're eating, nutritious food that is helping to support health as well. In terms of how to incorporate 2 servings of step 1 foods, well, obviously if you're not eating the entire day, there is no way to incorporate step 1 foods in that scenario. But if you're doing a 16-8, I would encourage you to have, to spread out the servings of step 1 foods. The program was created to spread out the nutrients throughout the day for maximum benefits, and one of the components, the plant sterols, actually work best if they are not all consumed at once, that you have some space between servings of plant sterols. So I would encourage you to try and figure out how to spread out the servings.